What's up, villains? Welcome to another video. Today, I'm with my girlfriend, Kinsey, and we're doing a prank called, Are You Looking at My Girlfriend's Tits? I know they're big. Let's see what kind of reactions we'll get.
There was a time when the name Vitaly meant pure chaos on YouTube. With over 10 million subscribers and billions of views, he was once hailed as the platform's ultimate prank king. He ran into stadiums during international matches, dressed like a terrorist in the streets, and pulled off wild stunts that made the world gasp. He was fearless, outrageous, and impossible to ignore. For a while, it felt like nothing could stop him. But behind the viral fame, there was a darker story unfolding, one that would eventually leave him locked away in a foreign prison with no clear way back. This is the story of how someone who ruled YouTube ended up rejected by the world, and why Vitaly will never come home. In the early 2010s, Vitaly built his channel on pure shock value. While other creators were chasing laughs or trends, he was out in public pretending to be a madman, sneaking into places he wasn't supposed to be, and constantly testing the limits of what people would tolerate. His mantra was simple: do something crazy every day and live with no regrets. That kind of energy attracted millions who felt like he was breaking the mold of a safe, predictable internet. He became an icon of rebellion. For a generation that craved raw chaos, he delivered it better than anyone else. But as with all viral acts, there comes a moment when the audience expects more. The pranks weren't shocking enough anymore. Running into a street wasn't enough. So Vitaly escalated. He turned his stunts into massive public disruptions, storming the World Cup, the Champions League, even the Cricket World Cup. In 2019, alongside his girlfriend and his own mother, he took things to another level, sprinting across the field half-dressed to promote their adult website. Fans who once loved his antics now saw desperation. Sports communities condemned it as disrespectful, and comments began to shift. People weren't laughing anymore. They were angry, embarrassed for him, and calling it a cheap stunt. Instead of apologizing, he doubled down. His live streams painted him as defiant, boasting that people hated him only because he dared to do what they wouldn't. But that arrogance didn't win anyone back. The dislikes piled up, and his reputation started to crumble. Then came the turning point that destroyed his image completely. In April 2020, Miami police arrested him for allegedly attacking a woman who was jogging on the beach. It wasn't a prank. It wasn't content. It was real violence. Witnesses said he jumped out of nowhere and hit her for no reason, leaving her battered and bruised. The injuries required stitches, and the story shocked everyone who had once supported him. Fans who had grown up on his pranks now saw a man accused of assaulting a stranger. Social media exploded with anger. This wasn't entertainment. This was a crime. The moment that story broke, Vitaly wasn't seen as a funny troublemaker anymore. He was a dangerous offender. From there, the spiral only got worse. By April 2025, he was arrested in the Philippines during a live stream filled with outrageous behavior. In one day, he stole a motorcycle from a mall guard, snatched hats from random people, harassed women, grabbed an industrial fan, and taunted security like it was all part of a show. When police finally caught him, he didn't show fear. Instead, he blew kisses at the camera, laughed during his mugshot, and bragged that jail was money, that he actually liked it. That arrogance sealed his fate. Unlike in the past, there was no easy deportation. The Philippines labeled him an undesirable foreigner. Neither the US nor Russia wanted to take him back. Now he sits inside Camp Bagong Diwa, one of the most overcrowded and brutal detention centers in the country. Imagine 30 men crammed into a cell built for just a handful. Supplies are scarce, conditions are described as hell on earth, and inmates spend years waiting for trials that may never come. Legal experts say his case might drag on until 2027 or 2028, meaning years more in limbo. This isn't just about one man's downfall. It's a cautionary tale about the hunger for attention and what happens when the need to shock outweighs ethics and boundaries. Vitaly chased the next high of viral fame until he couldn't stop. What started as lighthearted pranks turned into a dangerous addiction to escalation. The truth is, internet fame doesn't shield anyone from consequences. It doesn't excuse violence, it doesn't override the law, and it doesn't guarantee respect. His story shows what happens when someone trades integrity for clout. There was once a time when Vitaly was remembered as the bold guy who made people laugh in the streets. Now his name is tied to scandal, criminal charges, and a prison cell far from home. Even his homeland has refused to take him back. Fame that once looked unstoppable has left him isolated, stateless, and forgotten. The world has moved on, and the spotlight he chased so desperately has turned into darkness. Vitaly's story is no longer one of rebellion, but of warning. He wanted to be unforgettable, and in a way, he is, but for all the wrong reasons. Vitaly will never come home. If this story left you thinking, hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like the video so more people can see it.